how does mediation fees, how are they structured?
I think everybody does it a little differently, but how I do it is I offer a flat fee for the full mediation, from sitting down with them, gathering financial documents, coming up with marital settlement agreements, doing the parenting agreement, and helping them prepare the paperwork to finalize the divorce. I don't represent them. I just help them prepare the paperwork. So and it depends on how complicated the case is. But generally it runs from $7,000 to $10,000 at the most. And that also might include some experts that the parties might have to engage for things like pension evaluations or house appraisals, or the entry of qualified domestic relations orders to divide pensions. But then there's other options too. Sometimes people come and they say, we have an agreement, we just need you to draft it and help us process the divorce, prepare the agreement and help process the divorce. And that's obviously a much less flat fee. Then there's individual mediation sessions. Sometimes people come back and they say, well, we need to mediate this one session, and that's an hourly fee. If they go beyond the scope of what my full program is, there could be additional fees for additional sessions. So it's not a one-stop shop, but it's a pretty predictable set of costs.
Yeah. And that's $7,000 to $10,000 that you mentioned up front. That's for the couple, not per individual. So the wife is paying that, and then the husband is paying that. It's for the couple. Yeah.
It's per couple. Yeah.
Yeah. And then depending on their situation, you have a price set for those differences in what they may need.
Correct.
Okay. One of the benefits that I'm hearing that I want everyone else to get of you being an attorney mediator is that not only can you facilitate the settlement, the agreement, what they agree upon in terms of their children and their estate, but then you can also do all the paperwork that's required as well, the legal paperwork that's required as well.
Exactly. I can take off my mediator hat, I can put on my lawyer hat, and I can be the scrivener, the person who drafts all of that paperwork. With someone who is not an attorney, they can only do what's called a memorandum of understanding. And then the parties have to take it to an attorney so that they can draft it and go through that process. Now, the thing I do also want to say is, even after I do prepare that marital settlement agreement, because it's a legal document, I always encourage the parties to take it to what I call a mediator-friendly attorney, an attorney that understands the mediation process, who will go through the agreement and make sure the parties really understand it, and maybe even tweak it a little bit to tighten it up if they feel is needed. And I will do all the revisions that are suggested or requested, as long as the parties agree upon them, because I want to make sure the parties understand what's all the legal ramifications in that marital settlement agreement, even though I read through it with them line by line after I draft it. I still encourage them, because it's a legal document, to be safeguarded, to have it reviewed by an attorney.